Welcome back live to Boston. Antti Niemi gets the starting goal for the Sharks. He is perfect in his career, 5-0 against the Boston Bruins. And out at the other end, another native of Finland, Tuukka Rask. He has never faced the San Jose Sharks, so a new look at him for the Sharks. A record of 5-2 on the year for Rask as Todd McLellan and the Sharks try to keep it rolling on the road. They just have one blemish on their road record. That was the shootout loss at Dallas. While Claude Julien's team is perfect on the road. They went to 4-0 last night with a 5-2 win in Buffalo. The quick turnaround and the trip back home here to host the Sharks tonight in this first of two meetings this season between these teams from West and East. And the Sharks with the puck. Tyler Kennedy on this line with Logan Couture and Patrick Marleau to start the game. Marleau checked on the end boards by Dennis Seidenberg. And the Bruins move it through the middle of the ice. David Krejci, and that's broken up. Couture working with Marleau up the near side. And Dougie Hamilton, one of the two Hamilton brothers in this game tonight. He's number 27 for the Bruins. Matt Irwin with a shot. And Krejci blocks that, but we have a delayed penalty call coming up to Boston. And as they control the puck now, we'll get the call against the Bruins early here in the first minute.
Joe McGinley going in for roughing right off the bat. Tyler Kennedy coming in on the forecheck. Bumps into Tuukka Rask, who came out to play the puck. Jerome McGinley didn't like it very much. He's going to take a shot at Tyler Kennedy. There's really contact you couldn't avoid. And it's the extra elbow smash by Jerome McGinley that sends him to the penalty box, and the Sharks get the early power play opportunity.
Sharks 7th in the NHL on the power play. They didn't have a whole lot of opportunities in Detroit the other night. They came up 0-3 in that game that ended on the shootout winning goal by Couture and the shootout winning save by Niemi as the Sharks won it 1-0. Sharks on a Cache Creek power play here in the first minute as Iginla's off for roughing at 41 seconds. Now Jason Demers leading the power play attack. He'll retrieve it himself down in the corner. Gregory Campbell, number 11 for the Bruins, trying to get it out, and he does. Puts a hard backhander down the ice. Niemi's going to come out now to support Pavelski. Campbell will fire it back toward the net as Niemi was scampering into position, and it was just wide. Back comes Pavelski on to Marleau, and he'll bank it around for Joe Thornton on the far side. Here's Irwin. Touch pass over to Thornton. Off the half boards down low. Couture and Rask the save. Rebound. Couture digs it out alive to Marleau. He can't jam it home. Pavelski trying to find the handle on it. Campbell back on the puck for the Bruins. Into the corner. Back out in front again. Here's Irwin. Waits, shoots, tip, and it just goes wide as Marleau chases it down in the corner. Now Chara working against Thornton. Pavelski again. And Chara was able to break up the play on the back check on Joe Pavelski.
An outstanding power play opportunity for the Sharks. A couple of them at Tuukka Rask with an unbelievable save, and that led to a huge scramble.
Shot in by Irwin. Rask will catch that and hold with 32 to go on the Iginla penalty.
It's the confidence the Sharks have in moving the puck right now. Sometimes you don't need to move, man, but there's so much player movement. Look at Joe Pavelski and Logan Couture starting to work together. Down low, Patrick Marleau, Joe Thornton on the one side with Logan, and Pavelski goes weak side, tries to find that puck, going for the scramble. Joe Pavelski can play the point, and he can also, of course, be an outstanding forward on the power play. Very smart player, but the tic-tac-toe was outstanding.
Sharks are the better of the two teams in the face-off circle, but the Bruins win the draw there. And now with 20 to go on the power play, it's Irwin. Again, shot in and on net. Rask with the stick save. It bounces to Irwin at the point. Now Tyler Kennedy on the right wing side. It's Braun back to Irwin. Irwin skates in, takes a shot. It was not a hard one. Scooped it to the net there thanks to the back-checking Bruins. And now Seidenberg spots Iginla all alone out of the penalty box, but he can't handle the long pass. So the Sharks come up empty on their first power play opportunity of the game. And the Bruins with it again now as we're 5-on-5. Johnny Boychuk, number 55, typically paired with Chara on defense, but Chara just came off the power play. Here's Marchand with a chance. That just missed. Brad Marchand slotting up into the right wing spot on the second line for the Bruins tonight because of the injury suffered to Louis Eriksson last night in Buffalo on the hit by John Scott of the Sabres. Scott is suspended indefinitely pending an in-person hearing with the NHL's Department of Player Safety. Now Freddie Hamilton of the Sharks behind the net to Tomas Hertl. Wanted Thornton coming in late as Hertl works the far side corner. Back over to Joe Thornton. Brad Stewart, the former Bruin, came over in the Thornton trade. Now they play on the same side. Hertl for Thornton. Big Joe sets up, tried to dump out front for Hamilton. That was blocked off nicely by Torrey Krug, the young defenseman for Boston who had a 2-goal game last night in Buffalo.
Is he a phenomenal young defenseman?
Look at the Sharks forwards and defense pairs. Sharks still battling some injuries right now. Dan Boyle is on the trip, but not available yet to return to action. Brent Burns has returned to the Bay Area. He is day-to-day, but could be back on this road trip. We'll just have to see. No score here in the first period. 4.5 minutes in. Matt Nieto. A homecoming of sorts for him. His shot saved by Rask. The rebound for Wingels. Pinballs around. And now retrieved again by Tommy Wingels. And just outside the line for Vlasic, Nieto played his college hockey here in Boston at BU, and it was great for him to return to their rink where the Sharks practiced for their 2 off days here in the Boston area. A slap shot by Marleau and a big rebound off the pad of Tuukka Rask. Lucic now for David Krejci. Top line on for the Bruins. In the scoreless first period, Scott Hannon, good work.
Really good work. Got some pressure from Krejci, but he had his man, Jason Demers, release his partner. They put a little pass just between his legs off the boards. The breakout is complete.
Hannon ahead for Kennedy. He takes a quick shot. Rask the save. Drops in front of the Boston net. And it's cleaned back up there by the Bruins. No score here as Kennedy will take it back toward his own end, helping out the line change. Hannon delays and goes behind the net now. Into the skates of Hamilton, but he picked it up nicely. Takes a shot, fought off by Tuukka Rask.
Nice hard shot, a little toe drag, and whipped that wrist shot.
Sharks out shooting Boston right now. Here's Stewart trying to clear it. It comes back to Antti Niemi, and he'll cover it up there. 6-1 the shots for the Sharks in the early going here in Boston. Back in Boston, where it's time for our Lexus keys to the game.
Tom McClellan talked about it today. There's no use talking about quickness and speed unless you're going to play with pace, and you've got to go out there and set that table. So far, the Sharks have done that. Play with pace. Be above the fray. That is, don't get caught jumping in, pinching at the wrong times, because the Bruins are a great attacking team. They will counter, and through the neutral zone, they are better than anyone. And shrink wrap the defensive zone, shrink the zone, get the loose puck, create the breakout so that pace can pick right back up again.
Another BU alum, John McCarthy, on the ice for the Sharks tonight, wearing number 43, and the newest Shark, number 18. Mike Brown, and he's got the puck now, up for Andrew Desjardins. Brown coming over in a trade 2 days ago from the Edmonton Oilers. Sharks giving up a 4th-round draft pick for the rugged, quick skating winger, playing on the right side, with McCarthy moving over to the left tonight.
Mustachioed.
Best stash in the league, I think.
Yeah, no doubt.
To the front of the San Jose net, a tip play there. Paille for the Bruins. Now played around for Stewart. He'll dish for Brown. Brown trying to chop it by Bergeron. Now it comes to the point, and Sean Thornton's shot is blocked by Desjardins. Thornton back on it again. Desjardins tied him up. Fans wanted a call, but none coming as McCarthy will give it back for Brown. He bumps there with Krug, and the Bruins control again in their own zone, and we played 7 minutes here in a scoreless first period. Sharks out shooting Boston 6-2. Nieto.
That's a nice breakout too. Nice little, just a little get out, you know. There's a little opening space. You just kick it out to the open space and boom, you're out of the zone. Very nicely done.
Hannon at the point. Wingels can't keep it alive, or at least in the zone. And Demers will slap it back in. Wingels, a big collision down there between Wingels and Dougie Hamilton. And Wingels slow to get up, but he stays out on the ice.
He was very slow to get up, but he's getting it out right now.
And the puck comes to him. He's hacked by Caron for the Bruins. Joe Pavelski, who's as hot as anybody scoring these days. 7 points in his last 5 games. Of course, the Sharks didn't get a goal in regulation in Detroit, winning in the shootout 1-0. Freddie Hamilton in on the forecheck. Line mates Hurdle and Thornton out with him as Jarome Iginla takes it on the right wing for Boston. Swept to the boards by Braun. Iginla trying to dig it out. Back to Boychuk. Here's Big Chara. His wrister drops into the slot, and Thornton will clean it up.
Another block shot for the Sharks. Getting in front, fronting that puck. Collapsing right to the slot.
Braun wanted the rookie Hurdle. The pass was there, but Hurdle will take the opportunity to change up. Now Patrice Bergeron. One of their heroes in their run to get to the Stanley Cup final last year. Bruins losing in Game 6 here at the Garden of the champion Blackhawks. Marchand up top. The shot kicked out in front, I believe, by Brad Stewart as Krug really pumped it. And now Bergeron's shot blocked in front. Krug gives the Bruins a big shot from the point, something they've needed desperately. Out front to Marleau, and a save by Rask.
Wow, what a great play by Logan Couture on that forecheck just to stay with it.
Adam McQuaid picked up 17 minutes in the penalty box last night for his fight with John Scott after a hit by Scott that drew so much attention last night and so much controversy around the league today. Scott certainly headed for some sort of a suspension, the length of which remains to be determined. This hearing hasn't been scheduled yet, but it will be in person. That usually means 5 or more.
Well, so far this year it's meant 5.
McCarthy can't catch the hard rink-wide pass. And Dougie Hamilton, the former first-round draft pick of the Bruins, who's actually a year younger than Freddie at 20. Sending it into Campbell and now Nieto. Up for Mike Brown for the Sharks. Johnny Boychuk slips a pass into Sharks territory. Icing waved off as Braun gets back. Justin Braun, part of this tremendous shutdown deep pair with Marc-Edouard Vlasic. Braun a +10, so is Vlasic. Wingles, this'll trickle through, and Chara sweeps it away from danger. Now Braun back to the net, and off Boychuk, up off the high glass. Chara knocks Wingles out of the way. Nieto takes it, turns, beats Braun. His shot blocked. Braun again. A bit of a tweener. Pavelski comes back. He'll move it on a backhand. Deflected behind the net by Boychuk. Now a pass from deep by Braun, who's behind the goal line. Wingles trying to get to it first on the far side. Braun back. He keeps it in the zone for the moment. And now the Bruins clear to center.
That's a nice little shift in the Boston Bruins zone. Just the puck recovery, puck retrieval, going after it, getting the puck towards net. Just doing an outstanding job. Great support in the Bruins zone, making sure they're able to keep that forecheck alive.
Freddie Hamilton, he's been a teammate of his brother Dougie for Team Canada, but they've never faced one another in the NHL. Of course, this is only Freddie Hamilton's second game. Made his debut in the win at Detroit on Monday night. His parents were there, and now they're here for a debut of another sort.
That's outstanding.
Joe Thornton, stick handling through traffic, all the way to the far side. He's angled off the puck by Lucic. Now Milan Lucic. And Hurdle takes a run at Lucic, slows him down, but the puck is centered. Sharks change up as Chara pursues it, and he's got some ice. He'll take it all the way to center and fire it deep. Good flow to this first period. Not much in the way of whistles.
I was just thinking that. It's absolutely fantastic.
Marleau in on the forecheck against Boychuk, who clears it up ice. Good side-to-side pass for Hannon, and back into the Bruins' end it goes. Kennedy fights off a Chara hit. Demers wants Marleau in front, but he was tied up as it deflects out of play. A hard-hitting first period here in Boston.
Drew just mentioned it is the first time that the Hamilton brothers, Dougie and Freddie, are playing against each other in the NHL. These two brothers, they're so close. They're only a year apart in age. They also played 3 years in the OHL for the same team together. So they have spent their growing up hockey years together for the most part. And their parents are here tonight. In fact, their father, who was an Olympic rower, rode in the head of the Charles last weekend. And then they went to Detroit for Freddie's game, then on to Buffalo for Dougie's game, and they are here tonight to see both of their sons play against each other. Randy?
I hope he didn't row all those places.
That's Mr. Thornton Miles right there.
Here's a chance for Kennedy, and he just lost it, trying to stick handle free for a shot. And then Dougie Hamilton's pass for Marchand broken up. Here's Kennedy again, and he'll just place it into the corner.
I like Tyler Kennedy's game so far. He is all over the ice. He's intercepting passes. He's getting puck deep. He's going to work on the forecheck.
Just doing the math, my guess is he's probably played in this building more than anybody on the Sharks roster. Maybe Stewart or Hannon because of their years in the league, but certainly being in the Eastern Conference for his entire career, he's seen the Garden plenty of night.
Yeah, not liked it either. The last couple of times his team, the Pittsburgh Penguins, went up against.
His career numbers in 19 games against the Bruins. So far for the Sharks this season, Tyler Kennedy has been an excellent addition. That's the 1 goal and 3 points thus far.
Back to what we talked about, Randy. I mean, you can just look at every guy, and they've made an impact so far this season. Last year when the Sharks got out such a great start, they didn't have that every man in it.
Paille through to McQuaid. Back in for Paille, a tip, or Campbell rather, and a tip play. Redirected the way he wanted. Now Andrew Desjardins. He's got Vlasic going hard to the net. Blocker saved by Rask. Stewart jumps on just in time, but then it's intercepted by Krug, almost taken right back by McCarthy. A chance for Freddie Hamilton, but he has to turn back. Now he sends it in. Freddie Hamilton called back up after the injury to Brent Burns.
Freddie plays the speed.
A shot from Pavelski, blocked, back out in front, and it goes off McQuaid's skate and out again.
Stick.
There's Hamilton, and now he gets it again.
Good back pressure. That allows Brad Stewart to step up.
Stewart has to hurry to get it out to center, and he does. Nieto upended there by Dougie Hamilton. Knocked down by Thornton, but it comes right to Kelly. Now back, and a shot from the wing goes wide. Here's Hamilton. In comes 34 Soderberg, and wing goes back the other way for the Sharks. Wanted Thornton, but that was knocked down. Caron, and the Bruins with something going here. Their first bit of sustained pressure in the Shark zone in a while. Now Kennedy, or Wingles rather, skates it out and shoots it on net. Sharks 11th shot of the period. Only 3 for Boston. Todd McClellan, I'm sure, would like to see his club get back up into that 30 to 40 shot range, which they so consistently got to early in the year.
They believe they play faster when they shoot more. Great job as that third man high, though, again, taking away the middle, knocking down pucks where the Bruins are intending to go out of the zone.
Demers hustles back. Up the middle, wanted Couture, and that'll go all the way back for an icing call against San Jose. Well, Sharks games are exciting here on Comcast, even more so in person, and you can see every Sharks home game this season with season tickets. They're still on sale and give you the best value, an average of 43% off individual tickets, plus all kind of benefits like playoff priority. To purchase season tickets or for more info, go to sjsharks.com/tickets. There's Patrick Marleau, played 23.5 minutes the other night in Detroit, had his 8-game point streak snapped. He was one of only 3 players going into that game at Detroit who had a point in every game, but of course the Sharks didn't get a goal until the shootout, so Patty's streak came to an end. In fact, Yuri Hudler of Calgary is the only player who has that streak going anymore.
Patty has 9 points in his last 6 games here at the Garden.
No score here in the first period, and it is Marleau sending it back into the Bruins zone. Dougie Hamilton Up for Iginla, and back to Marc-Edouard Vlasic. Iginla, 2 assists last night. He thought he had a goal, but it ended up going to Milan Lucic off his skate and in past Ryan Miller against Buffalo. So Iginla has not scored as a Bruin yet, but he had a couple of assists last night. Played well.
He did. Probably his best game of the season so far. Always a little bit of an assist streak right now. 3-game assist streak going on.
We'll step aside. Scoreless here in Boston. No score here in Boston for the Bruins. The second game of back-to-backs. Last night they were in Buffalo in Western New York to take on a struggling Sabres team. They beat them 5-2, but that was almost a sidebar. This was the main story when the game ended. John Scott of the Sabres hitting a defenseless Louis Eriksson, knocking Eriksson out of the game, and the Bruins are now saying late this afternoon that Eriksson is out indefinitely with a concussion. And as we mentioned, Scott will have an in-person hearing with the NHL. Here's our Geico quote of the game from Todd McClellan this morning. Asked about that hit and the headshots that we've seen so many of early in this year, and he said there are players that can avoid certain situations that haven't, and he didn't exclude his own team. He said there are players all around this league who have just not done a good enough job avoiding those when they can. As
they don't want to. They don't want to, Randy. That's the whole point. These guys just don't get it. And until the NHLPA has a sit down with everybody with themselves and says, guys, we got to stop knocking each other's block off, this kind of crap is going to continue. I don't know why we wring our hands about it, because they just continue to do it. They just don't learn.
Suspensions and fines apparently don't work.
No, they don't.
Because there has not been a decrease. If anything, there's, at least early on, been an increase.
Punishment is no deterrent to anything. It's education is a deterrent.
The Bruins come up ice with it as Tony Krug rushing the puck, lost it. Here's Bergeron. It'll be a shocker if Patrice Bergeron isn't on Team Canada for the Olympics.
Yeah, you know, you heard Brad Etiquette talk about him. An outstanding player Patrice Bergeron is, and he will be on Team Canada.
The best face-off man in the NHL. Averaged 62% last year in the circle. And you know, say for sure, I'm not picking the team, but I'll bet you Steve Yzerman has him penciled in as the second-line center.
Absolutely, and you know, when you look, push and shove, Mike Brown going to get an introduction as a San Jose Shark to the fans.
A crowd quickly gathers.
Those two guys, there's two tough customers right there. Mike Brown and Sean Thornton.
Mike Brown, 5'11", 202 pounds, drafted back in 2004 in the 5th round. A native of Chicago, joining the Sharks here just the other day in that trade for a 4th-round draft pick from the New York Islanders. He's on, you think the Sharks are on a long road trip?
Yeah.
The day he was traded, the Oilers were wrapping up a 6-game, 11-day road trip. He joins the Sharks on the 2nd game of a 5-game, 10-day road trip. And then when he gets to San Jose, guess where he gets to go?
On the road?
No, a hotel.
Oh, that's right. Actually, he was his wife was in town here in Boston, so that part, at least he's able to see a little bit more of the family before he has to go to the West Coast.
Here's a chance for Hertl all alone against Rask, who denied the rookie.
Big save by Rask. The puck just bounced off the glass right to Hertl's stick.
And Hertl again. Out the side for Stewart, and that's blocked.
Wingles is hurt. Wingles got hit by Chara in the corner.
And Wingles slow to the San Jose bench. That's the second hard hit he's taken in the period. He got rocked, and the Sharks coaches are gesturing to the referee.
It's a high shot, that's why. It's a high shot by Chara. Here comes the chance for Hertl. Great opportunity, boom. Rask makes the save, there's the rebound. And as the play goes to the corner, Chara goes in to finish the check. Top right of the corner, watch the hit, watch the finish. That's a high shot, that's right at the head of Tommy Wingles. No doubt that's right at the head, definitely an elbow or an arm. And again, just what we talked about. Now Wingles tries to slip away from the hit, but it's just what we talked about. It's mind-boggling, these guys just don't.
Now Couture, the one-timer by Kennedy on target. And Tuukka Rask has been terrific in this first period for Boston. What else is new? That's 13 saves for Rask. Just under 2 to go here in the opening period. Back out to center and fired back in by Dougie Hamilton. So Kennedy with a glorious chance right after Hurdle had his opportunity. Demers to center and risks it in. Sharks have held Boston to only 3 shots on goal in this first period. Here's Hamilton, the Sharks Hamilton, Freddie, save, and Braun trying to get it to the net. Braun again, waits to the side, Hamilton up in the air, over the net, Sharks still have it. Nieto, up top Braun, over to Vlasic, Justin Braun again, and that's blocked by Bergeron, drops down for Boston, but kept alive by Vlasic. Now Pavelski. Freddie Hamilton couldn't corral it, and Rask will catch it as the Sharks are all over the Bruins right now.
Absolutely all over. 15 shots right now. Tuukka Rask has been outstanding, and that shot by Freddie Hamilton, that hit Rask and surprised him. Watch this shot. Well, so that's the Vlasic one. That's right at the tail end as Rask is able to squeeze it and freeze the play, and he had to because things were going wrong for the Bruins in their own zone. But Freddie Hamilton with a hard shot hit Rask, just below the mask, and you could see it kind of shocked him a little bit.
This is the kind of goaltending they're used to from Tuukka Rask, who finished in the top 5 of virtually every positive goaltending category last year. And what makes him so special, he got way better in the playoffs after a very good regular season.
You guys could say that, right?
In that 4-game sweep against Pittsburgh, Boston held the Penguins to 2 goals in 4 games.
And they've got a couple of guys on that team that are pretty good goal scorers.
Crosby, Malkin.
And they had that.
And they had Iginla, and Brendan Morrow.
And Brendan Morrow. And Chris Letang. And everybody else they had in the offside. Good friend, Tuukka Rask, good friend of Antiniemi's, by the way. And right now, looking on the bench, you're looking at the ice, seeing where Tommy Wingels is. I think he's, from here I can't see, but I do believe he stayed on the bench. And that was another high hit. Now Chara, okay, he is 6'9", but it's up to the guy who's placing the body check, to making the body check, to make sure that he doesn't make contact with the head.
We'll see if Ingles comes out with the Pavelski line. They would be next up after this line, although with only 30 seconds to go in the period, we may not see him anyway until the second period. Couture wins that draw, hard back to Irwin. Brad Stewart up for Marleau, controlled by Dougie Hamilton. Chris Kelly has it in his skates. Brad Stewart trying to advance it for a teammate. And a high touch call. And we'll have a face-off here with just over 6 to go in the period.
Todd McLellan talked this morning about pace. He talked this morning, the Sharks have had 2 days off. The Bruins played last night. He said, we can talk about it all you want, but you have to go out and play with it. And the Sharks so far in this first period have been terrific at the pace of the game.
Couture trying to get that draw back to the point for an Irwin shot.
Right there, Patrick Morrow.
Kennedy will put it on target, and we have the siren to bring us to the end of the opening period. After 20 minutes, the Sharks, on the strength of excellent shooting, denied by the strength of Tuukka Rask goaltending. 0-0. Stick around. We'll check in with Brody Brazil and Brett Hedican in our Sportsnet Central studios in San Francisco. And Naoko Funayama will be back to talk to the Sharks.
California is brought to you by Toyota. Do the math and save at your local Toyota dealer.
A look at historic Quincy Market here in Boston, not far away from where we are, TD Garden, where the Sharks and the Bruins are scoreless, getting ready to start the second period. Well, you can't go very far here in Boston and talk hockey without talking about number 4, Bobby Orr. In many people's estimation, one of, if not the best defenseman in the National Hockey League. Really revolutionized the position, Drew.
And there's the famous goal. The goal, as they refer to it in Boston. There's a statue out front of that particular Bobby Orr flying through the air move.
That one won the cup.
Yep.
Redefined the position. Look at the numbers. Of course, tragically, his career was shortened with knee injuries.
Yeah.
A plus 597. Second best all time to Sharks associate coach Larry Robinson, who in his career was a plus 730. 8 straight Norris trophies. Anybody going to break that record? Boy,
No.
That's going to be a tough one.
No. Who was Bobby Orr's last D partner?
Was it Al Sims, former Sharks coach?
No, but you're close with the Sharks tie-in. Went to Chicago, remember? He got traded to Chicago, Bobby Orr.
That's right. It would be Doug Wilson,
Absolutely correct.
general manager of the Sharks.
Zdeno Chara still in the game. No penalty called on that high hit on Tommy Wingels. And not only was a hit high, it was late. It was 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi count. I do not see Tommy Wingels out there, and I cannot spot him on the bench right now. That was a hard shot. He'd already took the hard shot by Dougie Hamilton earlier. I'm going to show it to you one more time, because I believe this is the type of hit that we just talked about. Zdeno Chara, puck is gone. 1001, 1002. There's the high shot. Wingels takes it right in the head. And you can tell, right in the head. And no call. The goaltenders, I'm sorry, the coaches are unhappy. Tommy Wingels shook up. Zdeno Chara, not even a penalty called in the game. Wow.
So we do not see Wingels on the bench, and we'll get a good idea of what Todd McClellan's going to do in his absence when the Pavelski line is up, and they may be up on the next shift. Second period underway here in Boston. Sharks and Bruins scoreless. San Jose outshot the Bruins 16-3 in that first period. They pretty much dominated in every area except in the faceoff circle, which is unusual for the Sharks. Although with Bergeron out there, it's somewhat more understandable as he brings such crazy faceoff numbers career-wise into each and every game. But he was just 3-0 in that first period, so he had a lot of help. See if the Sharks can bring that offensive push again here in the second period, and see if they can in fact take advantage of a Bruin team that's got to be a little bit weary, having played in Buffalo last night, although the travel wasn't too terrible. Hurdle sets up for a shot, robbed by Bergeron, and back it comes at center to Matt Irwin.
Truthfully, either was the pace of the game yesterday. It wasn't too terribly taxing on the Bruins, but this game is so far.
Rask with the save off the Freddie Hamilton shot. As we said, Hamilton had 3 shots in that first period. And if you're playing on Joe Thornton's line, you're going to get chances.
Yes, you are. Freddie Hamilton can really shoot it.
Marchand pulls up. Checked by Pavelski, who's out there with Nieto, and right now Hamilton's still on the ice, although he'll be looking to get off on a change. Irwin, Chris Kelly for Boston. Works it back to the blue line. A shot blocked. And dumped back in by Joe Pavelski.
Lots of interference going on away from the puck. Lots of guys bumping. It's not just the Bruins are doing it to the Sharks, or the Sharks doing it to the Bruins. It's just both teams.
Here's a break for Boston, and a save for Antti Niemi as he's tested by Gregory Campbell.
And this is where Antti Niemi is so good. He told Joe Thornton, reading the play better than he ever has. With Antti Niemi, he gets over here in plenty of time. Why? Because he's able to read through the play. He's able to see this play happening before it happens. Look at how quick he's over there. He's over there, set, square to the shot right away. I talked to Wayne Thomas and Corey Schwab about Antti Niemi. When he's playing well, what's he doing? And they both agree. He's seeing the play, he's seeing the puck and reading the play. He's being able to find the puck. And I know it's a funny thing to say, but his eyes are doing most of the work for him before his body gets there.
John Thornton trying to tie up Scott Hannon unsuccessfully. Mike Brown slides it in around Adam McQuaid.
See the wheels on Mike Brown. He's got good quickness.
Doug Wilson emphasized that when making the deal. They love the foot speed of Mike Brown along with the grit he brings.
You bring a guy in, he's going to have to play at the pace this team is playing at.
Checked by McCarthy. McQuaid can't get it all the way back around. Now Brown back behind the Boston goal. Krug slides it away from McCarthy. Plays a nice pass up the ice. Here's Sean Thornton in, and he hits the crossbar.
Very nice counter by the Boston Bruins. Little stretch play. And Thornton took off, and he can shoot it.
Brown at the end of a shift for this fourth line dumps it in. So the Bruins with their best opportunity of this game thus far. A long stretch pass for Paille out of his reach. Sharks will play Boston in San Jose January 11th. To the two meetings this year in the new alignment in the National Hockey League. Sees everybody play everyone home and away. And then, of course, within your conference, more meetings than that. Kennedy shot, and Rask will catch that. It would have gone wide.
Great chance for the Boston Bruins. Good work. Freeze it right there, gang. Yeah, okay, just go ahead, roll it. There goes Kennedy. There goes Thornton rolling up. Go. Good pass off the boards. Hannon slid towards the middle. Big shot off the post. And up all the way. Just going to drill it now because Niemi's well out. Shot off the post. Crossbar, corner.
It was post. I called it crossbar.
Hey, listen, I'm going to go with you, Mike. I'm going with you.
Chara off the face-off, and as you indicated, no sign of Tommy Wingels since that headshot from Chara.
Again, it's just we just talked about it. And since Dan Boyle's been hurt 8 days ago, there have been 4 guys knocked unconscious in the game that I can remember. Maybe you've talked about Briere, maybe 2. So maybe even 5 guys been knocked out with headshots, either carted off the ice or helped off the ice. And now Tommy Wingels out of this game because of another headshot. Are these guys a bit slow on getting the light or what?
It is astonishing the lack of professional respect for one another in the same game.
It's mind-boggling. That's why, you know what, as far as any of this goes, there's no use anybody's wringing their hands or getting all upset about it because these guys don't want to get it. It's not that they don't get it, they don't want to get it.
Wingels were informed now by the Sharks. Return is questionable for tonight. Sharks are already without Dan Boyle from a headshot. They're out without Brent Burns, who's day-to-day. And, of course, the players who underwent surgery and are out on more of a long-term basis. Burrish, Torres, and Havlat, although Havlat's back with the team and practicing again. Lucic for Boston. As Jerome McGinley turns on McCarthy, plays it up the middle, and Niemi with a great save on the shot right up the middle. What a chance there for Krejci. Stewart up through center. Here's Matt Nieto. Tries to dangle around the Bruin defenseman Krug.
He'll be shooting that puck and driving past Krug. Not going to be able to dangle much here.
Krejci again down the left side now. Wanted the pass in front. Good read by Hannon.
Yeah, really good read.
The up pass for Couture, and it hit the skate of Seidenberg. As Krejci's back defensively. And it comes back for Seidenberg for Boston. Dougie Hamilton for Brad Marchand. Demers back. Marchand rubs him out, but Demers moves the puck. Bergeron through to the front of the net, knocked down by Hannon. He'll work it for Couture. Bergeron there, and Logan with a nice pass for Kennedy. Tyler Kennedy. He'll shoot it from there, saved by Rask. Couture on the rebound to Marleau. Patrick for Kennedy. As they cycle off the corner boards, back up top, Braun. The one-timer Vlasic, and he missed the net.
Yeah, didn't get the shot that he wanted, but that would go.
Braun tries to keep it in. Vlasic with an active stick. Tries to knock it away.
Good support by Marc-Andre Vlasic, helping his partner.
Seidenberg pursued by Hertl. Chara gave it up to Thornton and dropped his stick. Here's Hamilton, a shot block.
Oh, he's all over the puck. He's getting good looks. That took the rest.
Hertl for Thornton. Joe Thornton trying to stay away from that long stick of Chara. And the wrister blocked by Seidenberg. Back behind the net is Hertl against Chara. The first time that Tomáš Hertl from the Czech Republic has faced the Slovakian Chara. Thornton up top for Stewart. His shot blocked. Riley Smith, who came over in the trade from Dallas. It sent Tyler Seguin the other way, clears it down, and Smith's been more than just a throw in on that deal. He's been a key guy for the Bruins early on here with 6 points.
Bad. 5 of them in the last 5 games.
Tony Krug. Johnny Boychuk wrists it in. As we're 6.5 plus deep into this second period, still nothing on the scoreboard. Sharks and Bruins scoreless. Sharks have held Boston to 5 shots in this game. Pavelski, and that's on target. Now Krug skates it out and just gets it away in time for Caron. His up pass hit the linesman. Sharks have to tag up to get onside, and they do, as Krug flips it in. Cannon called for it from Demers.
You hear everybody yelling from bench. You can hear it up here. Red line, red line, red line. They want to get Scott Hanlon to the red line. Make sure you get the puck beat.
Desjardins for Brown. Nice pass to Demers. He'll let it go. Rask after it, but it was deflected high. Now Brown back at the point. Right-handed shooting winger rims it around for Demers. He'll jump in from the point. Played it back to McCarthy. Now deep for Desjardins. Trying to slip the check back there. Here's Desjardins, pulls the trigger. Loose in front of the Boston net. Brown for McCarthy. Good shift again for this fourth line, and another shot. This one wide, but caught by Rask as the Sharks keep the pressure on Boston. Out shooting them 19-5, still scoreless. By many fans here in Boston, the first overall draft pick by the Bruins in 1997. Second that year was his now teammate, and sometimes line mate, Patrick Marleau. And Jumbo had the whole package here.
Absolutely did. There are his numbers with the Bruins. Pretty darn decent, tell you what. And then he comes to the San Jose Sharks, and he's even better than he was with the Boston Bruins. And so are the Sharks without Joe Thornton. Boy, oh boy. Things changed that day.
Kennedy's pass knocked away, but Braun keeps it. Couture in front, Marleau alone, the deke, the shot wide.
Nice deke, nice play. Rask challenge, but Marleau read it, went wide, but just couldn't find the back of the net.
Back for Braun, he has to hurry. Lucic in on the forecheck, and it forces a pass that gets away. Now Krejci setting up at the right point, but Couture comes back and steals it.
How many great A chances have the Sharks had? They've had a good handful. I would say about 7 by my count.
Jerome McGinley up to the San Jose line, chips it in for Lucic. Krejci, no look for Iginla. Hurdle intercepts that out to Freddie Hamilton.
That's
Hurdle just
interference.
took a late hit from Boychuk.
That's the stuff that's going on in this game. Now more by the Bruins because the Sharks are controlling the puck so much. The Bruins are running picks and interference.
Hurdle a shot, and that one hit Freddie Hamilton in the front of the net. Boychuk just smothering it. Referee down on the play, and that's why we get that quick whistle there on the freeze.
Great chance for Patrick Marleau. Again, we're talking last 6 games here. He's got 9 points all by himself in front. Rask comes out. What a good move by Patrick Marleau. He just couldn't get his stick around the pad. Puck down low. Great quick pass by Logan Couture. And the Sharks almost get that first goal that has been very elusive thus far halfway through the game.
Marleau until Monday had goals in 5 straight games. And you talked about his numbers here in Boston, where the Sharks have had a lot of success in the Thornton era. It's a long time when this is the one city where they could not win a game.
No matter how well played.
In fact, this was one of the last cities where the Sharks recorded a road victory. Here, Montreal, Buffalo, those were always tough places for the franchise to win on the road. Not just this franchise, a lot of teams have trouble, or did have trouble back in the day winning in those cities. We're live in the second period here at TD Garden in Boston. A scoreless tie as Tuukka Rask, who's made 19 saves, freezes the puck. Let's check in again with Naoko Funayama, who's down at ice level with more on Joe Thornton.
Yeah, some of the Joe Thornton storyline has actually been maybe tempered over the years, but they still just absolutely love him here in Boston. And check out this pretty cool stat. I'm going to call it the Joe Thornton effect. The Sharks have won their last 4 games here in this building. They have not lost since they've acquired Joe Thornton. So the Sharks looking to make it 5 in a row here tonight. That's a pretty cool stat, guys.
Yeah, it goes back 11 calendar years. There's a tip by Desjardins on the wrister from Thornton from the point. Joe Thornton out there playing on this line right now, as Todd McClellan's had to juggle his lines, and he's double shifting number 19. He likes the jump he sees from Jumbo tonight.
Why not?
Thornton and Boychuk collide behind the play. So Thornton getting a shift with Desjardins and Brown, as McCarthy's seeing extra duty in the absence of Wingles. Chara is on the delivering end of that high hit on Wingles that was undetected by the officials. Knocked Tommy Wingles out of this game. A stretch pass.
Good stick by Braun, forces the play into the corner.
Charles Soderberg didn't turn it into a chance for Boston. Tyler Kennedy back the other way through center into the Bruin line. He'll shoot it. Rask pass save. Dougie Hamilton. And now Braun presents it to Couture. Logan Couture off the goaltender again. He'll cover that one up as Marleau was looking for a rebound. Halfway and then some through this game, still scoreless. Right here in Boston by rinkside reporter Naoko Funayama, who's lived here in Boston for a long time. She's followed the NHL and covered it here extensively. Let's send it down to her. Naoko?
Yeah, it's a real nice rivalry between the Sharks and the Bruins, given the Joe Thornton element. But when you think about rivalries in the NHL, of course, the big one that comes to mind is the Bruins and the Montreal Canadiens. And Sharks assistant coach Larry Robinson knows a thing or two about mastering the Bruins. He played 17 seasons for the Montreal Canadiens, and he put up these numbers: 15 goals, 60 assists, and 75 points. All were most against any team that he played against in his career. But 104 regular season games, that's how many games he played against the Boston Bruins. That's over a season's worth of games against one team, and it really speaks to how deep those rivalry lines go, because you get all those games in your career against a single team. Pretty crazy, Drew.
Fantastic. Really, when you look at Larry Robinson and the battles he had with the Boston Bruins, the Montreal Canadiens and Boston Bruins, Malcolm's absolutely correct. Those ties still run deep.
That 1978 Stanley Cup between Montreal and Boston stands out. Larry won the Conn Smythe Trophy that year as the most valuable player in the Stanley Cup playoffs. In the final against Boston, he had 2 goals and 4 assists. He ended up with 21 points that year in the playoffs in only 15 games as a defenseman.
Exactly.
Gives you an idea what we're talking about here. McCarthy out with Pavelski and Nieto. So right now Todd McClellan has John McCarthy up in Wingle's spot, as Pavelski got that through to the net, and Rask had the short side covered, made the stop. 23-5 are the shots in this game for the Sharks. Tuukka Rask the story. And here's Paille for the Bruins, and Niemi stops that. From behind the net, Gregory Campbell. Hurdle gets it away from him. Thornton slowed down on the board. Now Joe gets his footing, but gives it back to Paille. He's surrounded, however, and the Sharks will control again.
I thought Joe Thornton was looking for Freddie Hamilton there. Freddie was just a little higher in the zone than he was supposed to be.
Chipped in by Thornton. Sharks in the middle of the line change. Chara back defensively for Boston. Gets position on Freddie Hamilton, who digs back in. Now he's supported by Couture. That backhand pass went through the slot. Chara. Krejci checked by Stewart. Now Lucic punches it out to center, and Iginla with Boychuk on the rush. Cleaned up by Couture. Kennedy quickly up ice. Here's Marleau. Chara back. Patrick Marleau with a shot, and he just missed wide. Sharks attacking off the rush there with their speed. And they so far have been in full control of this game from the standpoint of possession, offensive zone time, shots, chances. The only thing that the Bruins are leading in right now are saves. That's because Niemi's only had to make 6. Desjardins, and it was taken away for a moment, but shot around in front of the net. Mike Brown playing in his first game for the Sharks. Rask listing it high, but it didn't get all the way around. Covered up by Bergeron rather. And Seidenberg rims it around for Marchand. Under 6.5 left in the second period. Seidenberg, the stretch pass for Marchand. He drops it off. The pass back through, comes all the way to the point. Niemi fights it off. Marchand was inside the San Jose net. Play goes on. Seidenberg from the point. That's blocked. Demers will bat it back to Hannon.
There's the rush to the net, and as we talked about in our Lexus Keys to the game, if the Bruins get a rush up the ice, they are very effective with it.
Chipped in by Hertl. No icing on the play. Rask out to play it to Seidenberg. And it's cleared by Soderberg. Back the other way. Braun now across for Thornton. Joe trying to settle it. Caron's there for Boston. On the back check, Freddie Hamilton breaks it up. Vlasic's up pass goes off Caron and out of play. Still scoreless here at TD Garden. Our forward right choice.
Good job by the Boston Bruins coming out of their zone. Andrew Desjardins has got his man right there. He's going to pick him up as the play comes out of the zone. Go ahead and roll this, guys. Stretch pass. The Bruins attack 3-on-3 with the back checker. Now, as this play starts to roll, freeze. As we see, the Bruins are going to cross right here. A nice switch by the San Jose Sharks. And as they switch, go. Switch responsibilities. I'm going to take the man. Andrew Desjardins takes Marchand going to the net. Bang, he goes into the net. Take your man, force the play outside. Well done by Scott Hannon and Andrew Desjardins. That's why we gave it our forward right choice.
Bruins come out of their end. It's Caron, but Marleau with a strong back check got it away. As we mentioned, Sharks with 23 shots. 11 different players have shots on goal. Tyler Kennedy has 5.
We told you in the first period he was just jumping. He was all over it. He has been skating very well tonight. And you talked about his relationship with the Boston Bruins. Very familiar with the Bees.
Seidenberg back for the Bruins. Boston will have New Jersey here on Saturday night. Sharks will be in Montreal Saturday night. John McCarthy trying to get it settled for a pass. He's rubbed out by Sean Thornton. Seidenberg up this side. Soderberg up to center for Campbell. Thornton, a wrist shot, and that's wide behind the net, and it rims back out to center. Got 2 Thorntons out there tonight. We got
no relation.
2 Hamiltons.
Relation. We got 2 handsome guys upstairs.
And a Seidenberg and a Soderberg.
No relation.
No relation. Check the spelling. Krug up this side. Thornton, Sean that is, down the ice for Boston as Demers on Stewart. Now the pass from Joe Thornton. He was checked by David Krejci. Here's Zdeno Chara, and he'll lob it in over the head of Demers, who turns back on it. Sharks play 3 straight games to start this trip against original 6 teams. Detroit, Boston, and Montreal, as Freddie Hamilton is forced offside. Well, on Friday, November 1st, in hopes of raising money for 2 nonprofits close to his heart, Sharks forward Brent Burns will shave his head and beard, Drew can relate. From now until the end of the month, the Sharks Foundation will be accepting donations with the goal of raising $5,000 each for Defending the Blue Line and the Katie Moore Foundation. Fans who reach certain fundraising levels can earn autographed prizes and also have the opportunity to meet Brent Burns. Join Brent in this fight against cancer and support of our troops. Made a donation today. Go to the sharksfoundation.org website to support Brent Burns and his efforts.
Brent Burns gets it, man. He helps people in the community. We don't talk about it enough, and I guess we really should, but he has been fantastic. Good for him. Leave it to Burnsy to figure out a way to make some money off of that hair.
Absolutely. Brent Burns not in the lineup tonight. He's day-to-day for the Sharks as Seidenberg shoots it from center. And Niemi able to shut the door there as the Bruins get their 8th shot on goal, and we're 3.5 from the end of the second period.
Speaking about Brent Burns, you know, the San Jose Sharks have looked fantastic. 23 shots to 8 against the Stanley Cup finalists from last year. And a very, very good hockey team. Without Brent Burns, without Dan Boyle. without Raffi Torres, without Martin Havlet, without Adam Burch. You need those guys when they come back. You certainly need those guys. Brent Burns definitely changed the way the Sharks play when he was moved up to the forward position. But you have to admire the way that guys like Freddie Hamilton, Matt Nieto, Tomas Hertl have played coming up into this big stage.
Young players have been given opportunities and they have responded. Marleau wrapped up by Seidenberg. Quaid lost his edge, and now the puck's underneath him. They're going to blow that down.
And that's how you keep kids who are young players who are in the minor league system. That's how you keep them hungry. By seeing that, oh, John McCarthy's coming up. Look how well Matt Nieto's doing. Look at these guys coming up and playing. Matt Pelech. You see all those things happening, and you go, I got to keep working to get better. I got to keep working till I get my shot.
Well, and in the long run, if you're going to make a Stanley Cup run, and certainly these two teams on the ice, every move they make right now is with the Stanley Cup in mind. You have to be prepared as far as your depth having experience throughout the year. The Bruins last year in their run used 9 defensemen.
Yeah. That's not uncommon. What a great pitch by Brad Stewart.
Bergeron, he's got Marchand 2-on-1. Back for Bergeron, and Niemi robs him with a glove save. Save of the game for Antti Niemi. Takes a goal off the stick of Patrice Bergeron.
Talk about reading the play. Again, going back to what Wayne Thomas and Corey Schwab said, the read of Niemi. He is over there on a little shuffle step. Brad Stewart pressures, not a good pressure situation because it allows the 2-on-1. Great pass, great shot, terrific play by Antti Niemi, being able to read that play, find the puck, make the right play on it.
Bruins come right back. There's a shot across the front of the goal mouth. Chara gets it back in front, but now Joe Thornton intercepts. He'll hand it off to Tomas Hertl, the 19-year-old forward, putting it on net. Boychuk, another shove by Hertl. Marchand turns it over at the line, but McCarthy brought it in offside.
Just go ahead and roll this, guys. I want to show you. Just roll this from right here. Keep going, keep going, keep going. See the drive towards net, freeze it. Niemi is already, he's reading this man here, but he's already made the read that they've got the drive going wide, so he knows the pass is probably going to go across. Go. Find it with your eyes first, get across. See that what moved first? His head. His head moves first so he can find the puck, and then he gets across and he's completely scored.
As we said, he's never lost to Boston. Look at the numbers, 5-0, including a shutout in his time with both the Blackhawks and the Sharks. Off the face-off, the shot floats into Rask, and he'll catch that. Tuukka Rask meeting the San Jose Sharks for the first time in his career. Of course, East did not meet West last year. And prior to that, Tim Thomas was the man in goal here in Boston. He's now on the injured reserve list in Florida with a groin injury. And did the Boston Bruins win the cup? No, but they got to it. Didn't seem to really miss a beat as far as that goes. Although that takes nothing away from the job Tim Thomas did in 2011 when they won it.
You allow 8 goals in 7 games. He's done pretty well as goalie in the Stanley Cup Finals.
Boston, of course, taking out the Vancouver Canucks in a series that went 7 games. And then last year they lost in 6 to Chicago.
As you said, 17 seconds away from being into a 7th game.
Or at least going into overtime to possibly be in one.
You're right. That's right.
I kind of misstated it. Nieto in front. There's a follow shot by Couture, but it's up into the netting and out of play. And Logan's a little frustrated with that one.
It was a long time coming, this cup in 2011. Going against the Vancouver Canucks. Patrice Bergeron was special. Tim Thomas staked his claim, and there's the big win. Zdeno Chara with the cup. Tell me that that guy's not very happy winning the cup right there.
They won it on the road in Vancouver. And joined the 5 other Stanley Cup championship banners here as Claude Julien and his staff took the Bruins all the way.
Roberto Luongo continues to get blamed for that loss, even though their team only scored 8 goals in 7 games. That's how good defensively the Bruins were in that series.
Lucic getting it off Justin Braun. They go at it. Kennedy jams it out. Couture threw it into the feet of Marleau. Back in come the Bruins. Last couple of shifts have been the best they've had in a while. And that tip just went wide, and they score! off the broken play down low. The Bruins break through. Jarome Iginla with his first goal for Boston.
Well, he scored quite a bit against the San Jose Sharks when he played for the Calgary Flames. And this is a play that should have been out of the zone and down, but it got a little confused and the puck got turned over in the neutral zone. Good play keeping it in. The deflection just kicks wide. Iginla just finds it, throws it towards the net, and it squeaks through the pads of Antti Niemi. I'm wondering if it's hit Marc-Edouard Vlasic. No, it just got through from the left side. It hits the right pad, squeaks through, and the Boston Bruins, even their 10th shot, take a 1-0 lead in a game where the Sharks have been all over them.
The Sharks are out shooting Boston 26-10, but Boston's on the scoreboard first. And here they come again. Riley Smith, Bergeron heads for the net, and the shot just wide. Irwin did a good enough job there to keep the shot from Bergeron off the net. Woodchuck's drive, and that's up into the netting.
He's up in the netting. Just breathe a little bit now if you're the Sharks, because this has given the Bruins some life when they really didn't have a heck of a lot. Yeah, there's a couple of good shifts. There it is, overhead, just the right pad. It's one of those goals. Just turn, throw it towards the net. Jarome Iginla did a nice job to find that puck as it went off the inboards.
It started earlier when Lucic stole it twice off Braun, who just couldn't get it up the near side board.
The Sharks had it. They had great support all over the puck, and then they were pushed it out of the zone. But then it came right back in. They couldn't get it back out again. The Sharks have been very good tonight with clean exits out of their zone. A little discussion. Not sure what the referees are talking about here. This puck did go up into the netting. I think maybe they're talking about, did the puck go off a Shark? Is the face-off inside the zone, or is it straight outside? And it's outside. It did not go off a Shark, deemed by the officials.
Still waiting for the official announcement. They have not made it here, but from our vantage point, there was no question it was Iginla's goal. Seidenberg ought to get the primary assist, and now they're making the announcement.
That's what you're concerned. You get concerned with if you're a coach. You play so well, have so many good chances. We can't find the back of the net, and you're worried about one fluky one going in, and that's what's happened to the Sharks. You just got to find a way to bounce back now.
And it was Lucic who got that second assist. He started the whole thing with his work on the near side boards up at the Sharks' blue line. So the Sharks are going to go to the dressing room, it would appear, trailing as we're down inside the final 10 seconds, despite 40 minutes, almost 40 minutes of excellent work.
They played very, very well. You cannot fault the way that they played this game. Just got to find a way to get a couple of pucks past Tuukka Rask. Go ahead.
At the end of 2 periods, on a late goal by Jarome Iginla, it's Boston leading the Sharks 1-0. Coming up, we'll check in with Brody and Hetty in our Sportsnet Central studios. And then Naoko Funiyama will check in with the Bruins dressing room and talk to Milan. Just about ready to start the third period here in Boston, where the Bruins lead the Sharks 1-0. And the Sharks tonight will head north after this one to the great city of Montreal for a Saturday night on ice, or as they would say in Montreal, le soirée de hockey. That starts for you back home at 3:30 in the afternoon on Saturday with Sharks pregame live. Sharks and the Montreal Canadiens on Saturday. Let's go down to ice level. Sharks associate coach Larry Robinson joining us live. Larry, I know the coaching staff was quite animated after the Chara hit on Tommy Wingels. From our vantage point, it looked like contact was made with the head. Is that the way it looked like to you?
Well, it's hard to tell. He's such a monster out there. Tommy kind of disappeared behind him, but it definitely there was contact with the head. But it's so hard when you've got such a size differential.
Larry, how did the Sharks get a couple of goals here against Tuukka Rask? You're doing everything right.
Well, we've had 2 or 3 open opportunities, but we just haven't buried them. And against a guy like Rask, you've got to make the most of your opportunities. So we've got to keep the puck going forward. We're getting the shots. We just got to get in. It's going to be an ugly goal, just like their first goal.
Thanks, Larry.
You're welcome.
Well, we talked about Larry Robinson and his outstanding NHL career. And we talked about that 78 Stanley Cup when Larry was the MVP, Conn Smythe winner. There he is in all of his glory in the Canadiens dressing room, holding the Conn Smythe, getting help holding it. And Serge Savard there in Gila Point with him.
And one of his teammates is an assistant coach for the Boston Bruins. Up here beside us, Doug Jarvis, the Iron Man in the NHL.
964 consecutive games Doug Jarvis played.
Doug won 4 cups with Larry in Montreal, and they went on to another one as assistant coach with the Dallas Stars.
And I'm sure even though he's made many a trip back to Montreal, when we land there sometime early Friday morning after this game here, it's always a little special for Larry to go back.
It was yesterday walking on the streets here in Boston. I happened to have a few minutes to spend with Larry, and people still come up to him here in Boston. Tell him how great he was, and I said, "What's that like?" And he went, "I'm just Larry."
Here's Vlasic with a shot, Rask the save, Marleau ties the game! 18 seconds into the third period, Patrick Marleau makes it 1-1.
Just like that. What did Larry Robinson tell us? Got to get to the net, right? Got to find that second puck, that second chance, that second opportunity. Patrick Marleau continues his terror assault on the Boston Bruins. 7 games against the Bruins in this building. He has got 10 points. Rolls in, boom. Rebound opportunity. Nice job by Marc-Edouard Vlasic. Gets the shot on net, and he produces that rebound. Didn't waste any time holding on to it.
Patrick Marleau, who had that season-long 8-game point streak snapped in Detroit in the shootout win on Monday night, starts a brand new one here with a big goal to start this third period. Boston scored on their 10th shot. Here's a break now for Thornton with Hertl. The pass, the shot, and the save by Tuukka Rask as he denies Tomas Hertl a second time tonight on a grade A chance.
Yeah, terrific effort by Joe Thornton to get past Zdeno Chara. Tomas Hertl shaking his head going back to the bench, but it's just a heck of a save by a very good goalie. That was a huge save when you think about it, considering the Sharks have started this period with a goal. They go up 2-1. Boy, that could really set the Bruins back. That's a big save by the goalie.
Kurt back, lost his edge going after the puck, but the Bruins were able to clean it up. Curran, he'll fire it in for Boston. It rides the boards. Round for McCarthy. He's checked there by Kelly, but Demers has it. Well, you wondered, would the Sharks be able to step on the gas, if you will, to start this period the way the Bruins ended the second, and the Sharks certainly responded.
Did they ever?
Pavelski can't get it deep, and it's cleared back out. Off his glove to McCarthy. Braun. And that was in for Pavelski, and they wave off icing. Niemi out to set this up for Justin Braun. He has to hurry. Check by Boston. One of their strengths. Here's Desjardins. And his shot caught by Rask.
Time of the goal, 18 seconds.
Great job by Joe Thornton to produce this chance by Tomas Hertl. Goes after Zdeno Chara, pokes it by him, and then he just fights through the stick check. Beautiful backhand pass. A little bit what Tomas Hertl wanted to do was try to get that puck and elevate it, but he didn't get the shot that he wanted. Didn't get it up high enough. And what a great push across by Tuukka Rask.
The official scoring play on the Sharks' goal. Marleau's 8th from Couture and Vlasic at 18 seconds. Marc-Edouard Vlasic leading the Sharks' defense scoring now with 8 points. Sharks started the day with 5 players in the top 16 in the NHL in scoring. 1-1 here in Boston. Couture had Marleau open, but he couldn't get that pass through. And on second effort, intercepted by Iginla, but back to the Sharks defense. And it's Vlasic to Braun. On to Marleau with speed through the neutral zone. He'll challenge Seidenberg. Plays it to the net. Rask the save. Kennedy a slap shot. And he didn't get all of that bouncing puck. It's smothered by Tuukka Rask.
Another. It's just terrific puck movement through the neutral zone. Patrick Marleau supports coming through the zone. Kennedy just pops it to him. Now Kennedy's going to follow up off the boards. Look at him. Right, late guy coming in the zone. Goes to the net. There's the rebound. Just going to drill it hard as he can. But as you said, Randy, didn't get the shot that he wanted. But the neutral zone wasn't really a regroup. It was almost like a breakout of the neutral zone. It was so well executed by the Sharks. That's what led to the chance.
That was Tyler Kennedy's 6th shot on goal in this game. We're early here in period 3. It's a 1-1 tie. Hertl up to the Boston line, but he lost the puck. Jammed ahead by Irwin. Now Hurdle again with Thornton and Freddie Hamilton. Thornton, Irwin, saved and covered by Rask.
Tomas Hurdle going to the net. Zdeno Chara takes him down. I don't believe there'll be a penalty there. Tomas took the stick. Let's just have a look. Oh yeah,
right in the mouth.
Goodness me. First of all, he elbows a guy in the head, and then he cross-checks another guy in the face. And the referee doesn't make one single call. How is that not a penalty?
There has not been a Boston penalty in this game, and they're the sixth most penalized team in the league. Just the one minor to Iginla. Sharks have not been penalized in this game, but Hurdle got that one across the teeth, and we think Wingels in the first period got it across the head, knocking him out of the game. So
unbelievable.
Zdeno Chara running roughshod here from time to time against the Sharks forwards.
Well, why wouldn't you? If you're Zdeno Chara, why wouldn't you? You're not getting called.
Rask the save, and he's got it covered.
I don't understand. Well, there's no use complaining about it. It really isn't. It's unfortunate that plays like that, high sticks, hits to the head, don't get called.
Face-off coming here inside the Boston zone. Joe Pavelski, one of the best in the business in the circle. It's Chris Kelly. And off the tie-up, it is Nieto, and his shot goes off McQuaid out of play, and they'll do it over again.
Well, Randy, you mentioned it. You know, how would the Sharks come out this period after playing so well and having that late goal scored? Boston putting a little bit of a push on at the end of the second. What were the Sharks going to do? Well, they've come out just great. They've been jumping on loose pucks, been getting after face-offs. Doing a very good job responding well.
Demers, the shot trying to get through to the net from Nieto was blocked. Here's Demers again, big rebound, and the shot from McCarthy goes wide.
And getting to that rebound opportunity.
Here's Pavelski, walks in, hands it off, Demers, and it's saved by Rask.
Nice save by Rask again, but a great walkout by Joe Pavelski. Tuukka Rask is stealing the show for the Boston Bruins. Sharks winning the shot battle right now on the shot counter, 35-10.
Couture, and a nice reverse to Vlasic. Marleau chips it in through past Dougie Hamilton. Seidenberg wins it hard to the other side of the ice for Paille. Couture blocked that. They'll come up this wing. Kelly, check that. Hamilton can't advance it. Good forecheck here by the Couture line. Now in for Iginla, couldn't catch it. The two number 12s lock up, and Marleau won that battle. Vlasic, and it's cleared up through center.
Load Couture heard the Bruins coming down the boards. Heard it from the bench, his own bench. Just chipped it out, made the change.
Here's Thornton with Marleau and Hamilton. Goes shot off the skate wide. Marleau can't get it past Chara. Chara tripped up by Thornton, and a penalty to the Sharks. Of course.
Of course it is.
Joe Thornton is going to go. That'll be the first minor penalty to San Jose tonight for tripping.
San Jose, number 19, minor penalty tripping.
Joe Thornton getting in. He gets the stick behind the leg of Zdeno Chara.
Can't argue it.
No,
it's
tripping. It's the right call, without a doubt. There's nothing wrong with that call. That's tripping. It's just you'd like to see that Zdeno Chara get called on at least one of his so far two infractions in the night.
Especially where he tripped Tomas Hurdle in the mouth.
Yeah, it's always tripping a couple of teeth.
Tripped his dentures.
Here's a big kill.
Blocked.
San Jose penalty number 19, Joe Thornton.
First penalty kill of the game for the Sharks. Pavelski leads it on Krejci, and he pushes it out with his glove.
Boy, Pavelski's been good tonight.
Lucic setting up at the point. Walks it ahead. The one-timer, and Niemi the save. And the rebound frozen long enough for the whistle to blow, although it was a rather quick whistle. Iginla diving in there to try and loosen things up.
What a battle. What a battle in front. What they do here is they put Zdeno Chara in front of the net, and so you have to battle him out. Brad Stewart does that. 1, 2, 3 saves, and then here comes John McCarthy wrapping up Iginla, putting him into the net. Nice job by both McCarthy and that man right there, Antti Niemi. Just a battle with Jarome Iginla.
Boston's power play hasn't been sharp this year. 23rd in the NHL. 4 power play goals. Sharks 6th on the penalty kill. Lucic against Pavelski. Still a minute and a half to go on the Bruin power play. Krejci fakes the shot. There's Krug, and that's blocked in front by Braun.
And it's a dangerous type of block, but it was fortunate it worked out for the Sharks.
Here's Couture against Lucic. Logan trying to get to the puck first. Then he runs into Krejci. Knocks him off his stride, but Krejci recovers. Gets it back from Lucic. David Krejci. Lucic tips it on goal. Iginla back for Krug. Setting up from the far side. Krejci down low and poked away by Niemi off the stick of Chara. Krejci to Lucic. Niemi made the save. Chara back on the recovery to Lucic. Reversing it, and Chara had it headed for the net, and he did not receive that pass. And that'll be it for the first unit as Rask handles that puck deep. It came right out in front of the gaping open net, but Iginla's there. Half a minute to go now on the Thornton minor penalty. Kelly, Riley Smith banks it back for Kelly. Checked by Nieto and then Stewart. Time for Scott Hannon. He'll wrist it the length of the ice. Quick change on the penalty kill up front for the Sharks. As Bergeron sends it back. And Boston offside as Smith goes in.
So the Boston Bruins want to run a little 2-on-1 down low. Just hold on for a second, gang. So they're going to drop the puck here as Zdeno Chara is going to roll back, and then there creates the 2-on-1 in front of the net. But what happens is Marc-Edouard Vlasic plays this perfectly and allows the goalie help. Go ahead, guys, roll. Drop it down. Going to go out to the front. Now Marc-Edouard Vlasic plays that and allows Niemi to play the puck carrier coming out. Allow the goalie to play the puck carrier on the 2-on-1 no matter where it happens from. Really well done between Marc-Edouard Vlasic and Antti Niemi.
Sharks kill the penalty. As it's Chara ranging back. Joe Thornton in on the forecheck. Gets it away from the big man. But now Chara able to recover. Sends it up the boards. Batted ahead but not out. Braun down low. Thornton behind the net. Trying to get a reverse pass out there, but it was read by the Bruins' Johnny Boychuk. Now Braun ranges across. He keeps it alive. Thornton battling Boychuk. Turtle at the blue line. Didn't have enough lift on it to get it by the man at the line. And Vlasic will give it back to Freddie Hamilton. A quick pass. Hurdle in for Pavelski, swept away by Boychuk. 1-1 in the third period, down to 12:40. Boychuk, a slapper that goes wide. Picked up on the far board side. Riley Smith sends it back to the point. Seidenberg. This is Dougie Hamilton. Puts the head fake on Pavelski. Takes it deep. Smith at the line. He gets it back. Fires. Blocked in front. Cleared but not out. Smith again. Seidenberg tees it up. That's high. At the side, Smith couldn't get a shot away thanks to Nieto. There's a wrister that's blocked by Nieto. Seidenberg on the boards. Dougie Hamilton behind the net for Bergeron. And McCarthy's there as the Sharks get it out off the stick and then out of play. 11:57 remaining in the third. 1-1 here in Boston, where you have to wonder if the Bruins have some heavy legs at this point. Last night, up in Western New York, they took on the struggling Buffalo Sabres. That one originally we thought was going to Iginla, but ended up being credited to Lucic, who got another one there, paying the price. 2 goals in the game for Lucic. That's the game winner by Dougie Hamilton as he pinched from the right side of defense for the Bruins. They went on to win 5-2 over the Sabres, and to be quite honest, I didn't think Boston had that great of a night, but it gives you an idea of how tough things are going for the Buffalo Sabres right now. Boston, even not on their best night, won rather handily.
Yeah, I thought actually Ryan Miller had quite a good night. I thought he played pretty well last night.
Here's Couture for the Sharks. Wrapped up by Lucic, takes a look. Finds the trailer Marleau. Back for Logan. Out front. All the way to Vlasic at the line. He'll slide it across. Braun To Vlasic again. Off the boards for Marleau. And it caroms back through to Rask. As then McQuaid gives Marleau a little extra shove after the whistle.
Smart, smart, smart. Shooting lane taken away. What do? Shoot it off the end boards. Look for the end boards to help make you pass. Shooting lane taken away, so shoot it wide. There's Patrick Marleau trying to get his stick to it. Gets it on his foot. As he and McQuaid are battling for position. And again, Marc-Edouard Vlasic just showing another element to his game that he continues to develop and evolve as one of the premier defenders in the league.
Freddie Hamilton. Nice turn in traffic, but then Chara took it off him to Bergeron. Patrice Bergeron to this side. Brad Marchand pulls up. 2 Sharks there. Bruins get it to the net, and Niemi catches the shot by Bergeron. Shots on goal right now, 35-13 for the Sharks. The story of this game has been Tuukka Rask without a question. Although when Niemi has been called upon, he's had to make some difficult saves.
The Boston Bruins, since the first period, have actually closed the shot gap, believe it or not. And they have been throwing more pucks at Antti Niemi, and there's more traffic around Antti Niemi as well. Bruins like to go to the net, like to get to the front of the crease. Antti has had to be able to fight to find the puck.
Marchand will step in now against Joe Thornton. 1-1. We're live in the third period in Boston. And Hamilton placing it into the corner for Brad Stewart. They'll work it up, but not out quite yet. Here's Hurdle. Bouncing puck on the near boards, leaned on by Chara.
Good breakup on the Bruins.
Came out to Marchand. He and Smith over the San Jose line. Brad Marchand, Boychuk, and that screamer just went high.
What deflection, do you think?
I think so. Stewart for Thornton. Hamilton now, across for Hurdle. Looking to get it deep here, or at least bring it back as he does with the line change underway. Campbell skips through to Scott Hannon. Quick pass to Pavelski. Now Johnny McCarthy. That deflects over the Boston net. Nieto at the side. Wants Hannon at the point, but he has to back off, respecting Paille's speed. He'll chip it in. And Niemi out, shovels this right through to Campbell, but he can't settle it. McCarthy back for Pavelski.
Gotta go deep. That one's gotta go deep.
Pavelski trying to make a play at the blue line there. Paille for Boston. And that's intercepted. Kennedy got hold of it. Now Marleau. He has the lone goal in this game for the Sharks. Patrick Marleau puts on the brakes. Button hooks at the point. Steered in on the tip. Rask fought it off.
Justin Braun jumping into the play. Read that very well.
Braun back there with Kennedy. Turns from pressure. Vlasic. The shot by Marleau just missed. Vlasic back through to the net. And it'll be Marleau to the far boards to get it. Deep for Couture. Logan settles. Looking for the open man, Kennedy. Here's Tyler Kennedy. He'll set, shoot, deflects out of play. 1-1 on goals by Iginla and Marleau. Patrick Marleau's 8th goal of this season brought the Sharks back into a 1-1 tie here in the third.
Right. Just go to the net, right? You know, just go to the net. And Patty Marleau continues to just put the points up and perform beautifully.
Through the first 10 games in Sharks history, Marleau's personal best is 9 goals. That's the franchise record last year when the Sharks got off to that hellacious 7-0 start. Coming into tonight, the Sharks 8-0-1, only team in the league without a regulation loss thus far. Here in the third period, tied, under 9 to go as Couture sends it in. He's checked by Chara, but the puck out of play.
Logan Couture, Patrick Marleau, and Tyler Kennedy have been very, very good tonight. They've created a lot of chances. You mentioned, what was it, 6 shots, 7 shots now for Tyler Kennedy?
Had 5 going into the period. He's got at least 2 or 3 more.
He's continued to create problems for the Boston Bruins. And this line's been very good too. The 2 kids, Hurdle and Hamilton, with Joe Thornton.
We've got Kennedy for 6 shots on goal in this game. Here's Tomas Hurdle.
double on the skate.
Nice knockdown by Thornton. Talk about bailing out the kid with a play in the neutral zone.
Look at how hard that is.
Boychuk for Boston. Bergeron backhands it up the boards for Marchand. Demers back, going to get hit. Ready for that. Now Marchand brings it up off the boards. Chara settles it. And that's blocked by Demers. Hurdle. Going to chip it through for Hamilton. Johnny couldn't get to that. Or Freddie, rather. And Demers will wait for the forward change up ice as we come up on 8 minutes left in regulation. Sharks without Tommy Wingels, who was on the receiving end of a high hit from Zdeno Chara in the first period. Wingels has not returned to this game, so Todd McClellan has had a short bench since the first period.
And when you are playing in a game that, or with a team, I should say, coaching a team that has had success all year long, rolling 4 lines and having everybody make an impact, and Tommy Wingels very important to the Sharks, especially playing with Joe Pavelski and the energy he provides going to net, the smartness that he has also on the penalty kill. It's a big missing piece.
Demers, forecheck, on by Boston, and they get the puck. Now a bounce goes the Sharks' way to Pavelski with Nieto and McCarthy. Here's Nieto, and he took the pass backhand, tried to go right back to the forehand, didn't work.
That's a hard play, especially on that far pass icing. There's where the hybrid icing kicks in.
Well, authentic Raiders fans turn to Comcast Sportsnet for in-depth coverage every day and online. Plus, the authentic postgame show of the team is Raiders Postgame Live. The authentic home of the Raiders is Comcast Sportsnet. They'll host the Steelers on Sunday. And we will be in Ottawa on Sunday with the Sharks, Canada's capital city. That'll be another challenge for the Sharks on this road trip. Back-to-backs, Montreal and Ottawa on consecutive nights. And a short back-to-back because the Ottawa game is at 2 o'clock Pacific. It's 5 o'clock in Ottawa, so a 7 p.m. game in Montreal, and then you turn around 22 hours later and face off in Ottawa. Krejci for the Bruins. Toe drag, shot block. And Irwin will get credit for that one as Marleau comes back up ice, lays it up the boards for Kennedy. Tyler Kennedy been all around it tonight. Dougie Hamilton made a nice play there, though. Works it up for Milan Lucic. His pass to David Krejci. That's in his feet, and it's back to Seidenberg. Dougie Hamilton took a hit from Thornton after he dumped that in. Braun checked by Krejci, and back out to center it comes. Dougie Hamilton on the ice with his brother right now for a brief time, but now Dougie heading off on a change as Chara goes across for Marchand. Pavelski by Riley Smith, so he hands it off to Vlasic. Braun. This will skip through to Chara. Almost picked off by the Sharks. Nieto coming off the bench there almost had a second steal off Riley Smith.
Just have a look here. Just hold on for a second, gang. Joe McGinley's going to run a little pick right here on our man, Matt Irwin. Watch what Matt Irwin does. Does an outstanding job. Go ahead. Fight off the pick. Read through the play. Fight off the pick. Down. Block the shot. Take the shooting lane away. Boom. Initiates the breakout. That's a really good play. A little closer look by a young defenseman. Being able to trust your partner. I'm going to handle this here. Knowing that your partner's got the net taken care of in case McGinley slides by. And fighting off and reading through the rush. Really nicely done by Matt Irwin.
On the offensive side, Irwin's had 3 shots on goal tonight. That's 14 for him in the last 4 games. Johnny McCarthy fumbled by Rask. Nieto at the side trying to poke it home. Paille clears McCarthy back to it. And on to Scott Hannon. Pavelski trying to weave through traffic. It's under him, gathered in by Nieto to McCarthy. John McCarthy, and it's over the glove of Rask and High.
Almost coming in for the Sharks. Close.
Here's Nieto again. Last year he was in this town playing at Boston University. A year later in the National Hockey League. Marchand for the Bruins. Nice move on Marleau. Here's Marchand with Hamilton. Stewart. Marchand still with it. Brings it around. Up top, Bergeron. Seidenberg. Off the outside of the goalpost on the tip. Kennedy gets it back for the Sharks out to Couture. A board pass for Marleau. Patrick trying to settle it, but a good back check by Bergeron. Marleau tied up by Hamilton. Here's Vlasic. He'll tee it up. Shoot it through a screen. Loose puck, Marleau. Saved by Rask. Kennedy trying to get it out to Thornton. On second effort, Thornton's pass up the boards intercepted by Marchand. He gives it right back to Braun. Sharks in the middle of the line change. Vlasic. Another shot, and Rask will save it and hold it with 4.5 to go. Sharks with a great half to go in the third. A tie game. Time for our Toyota game summary. That's a tip-off for you. You're going to see the 2 goals. Jarome Iginla on a shoot-in from the point by Seidenberg that came off the backboards, and Iginla's first as a Boston Bruin. And then the Sharks come back early third period. As Vlasic initiates it, Couture sets it up for Marleau, who puts it in for his 8th of the year to tie the hockey game, and that's where we stand right now. Iginla and Marleau, 2 of the great scoring leaders among active NHL players. Iginla, 3rd among active at .531 behind Jagr and Solani. And Marleau, 6th on that list behind Hossa and Alfredsson.
That's a lot of goals up the net. Great job by Uncle Darren Stevens, in charge of all things graphic on our program. And by graphic, I mean graphic.
Here's Krejci for the Bruins, cuts inside, shot blocked by Braun. Iginla working Thornton down low. Chip pass for Krejci, and he wheels the backhander through the crease. Braun, that one hit Freddie Hamilton, and it just squeaks over the blue line.
Battling it just to get the puck out and a change. Nice use of the net by Braun. It's going to go for an icing, but Braun reads that Iginla's going to come behind the net. As Braun starts to move behind the net, Iginla's going to make the attack. Braun uses the net to gain some space.
Stay tuned. Esurance Sharks postgame live coming up next. Brody Brazil and Brett Hedican are back in San Francisco. They'll have their perspective, highlights, so much more. Jamie Baker steps over from the Sharks Radio Network side and will be here with his perspective from Boston ahead of the Sharks' quick trip up to Montreal. 1-1 here in the third period as the Sharks try and pick up points here in the Eastern Conference. Shot from the point, and Niemi out to challenge the shooter there, got his glove to it.
Because there is pressure. There is pressure coming. Perron was by the net, and so what does Nancy Niemi do? He's just going to step past the pressure and find the puck.
14-5, the shots in this third period in favor of the Sharks. A big first period and a big third here. The second period is the only period where Boston kind of hung in on the shot clock, and it's where they got their only goal. Cannon for McCarthy, and now Pavelski will just jam it off those boards to center. Slapped right back in again by Krug. Demers needs a quick beat there. Wanted Couture, intercepted by Bergeron and kicked out by Niemi. Patrice Bergeron doesn't hesitate putting pucks on the net, and it's given away by Kennedy. Here's Bergeron up the middle. Marchand shot blocked by Demers. Following is Hamilton, and his shot blocked by Couture.
Really been the only time the Sharks have been in trouble is when they have just given the puck to the Bruins coming out of their own zone.
Now Couture the other way with Kennedy. And a good stick there by Boston. That's Riley Smith knocking it away. Hamilton from the other side of center. That'll be icing against Boston.
So the Sharks turn the puck over, and again, this is the only time they've ever been in trouble, coming out of their own zone. Give it away, the attack. Jason Demers times this perfectly. It's a bit of a risk, but boy, did Scott Hannon get back to support him well. I guess he read that Scott Hannon was coming back so he could risk sliding over and going down to block the shot. Again, the defense working as one, helping out the forwards when they make a little bit of a mistake.
Thornton against Krejci in the circle. Bruins have it. Dougie Hamilton up the boards, but Matt Irwin with a good keep in. Hertl got it toward the front of the net where Hamilton was positioned. Here come the Bruins, 2-on-1 developing. Krejci skates in. Niemi the save, and the rebound comes right back to him where he covers.
Not a good pinch again. What did we talk about on Alexis Keys? Freeze it for just a second. Our Alexis Keys were stay above the fray. Matt Irwin, not a good pinch here because he doesn't have the numbers. Not a good pressure. Go. The pressure's up. He shouldn't pressure up here because the numbers aren't there to support him. That allows the 2-on-1 to happen. That's why we talked about our Alexis Keys to the game after a great save by Antti Niemi. Stay above the fray. Get back, stay above the play, make sure you've got the numbers before you jump in and try to make something happen offensively.
Another face-off win for Boston. Braun, good work against Krejci. But Lucic able to recover it. Back to Boychuk. His shot tipped by Iginla high and wide. Krejci and Braun go shoulder to shoulder. Lucic against Couture. Iginla trying to turn Vlasic around. Lucic with his back to the net. Leaves it for Boychuk. Marleau leans in on Johnny Boychuk. Back for Iginla. Vlasic there, and he got it away. Pavelski looking to get it out. He'll be helped by Couture. That one goes out of play onto the San Jose bench with 1:38 left.
What a nice job by Marc-Edouard Vlasic on that particular cycle by the Boston Bruins. They bring some pressure. McQuaid gets involved in the high cycle. High defenseman comes low. Gets some work, changes sides from one side of the ice to the other. Marc-Edouard Vlasic cuts across, gets the stick in there, disrupts the cycle, boom. At least the puck gets out of the zone. There's going to be a face-off, but the Sharks are a little bit back on their heels in this one last minute 38 as Boston's putting a little bit of pressure on.
That time Pavelski got the job done in the face-off circle. Matt Nieto now chips it by Seidenberg. 1.5 minutes to go in regulation. In a 1-1 game. Second straight game the Sharks have been involved in that was low scoring. Monday night was no scoring until the shootout. Bergeron fired wide, but Niemi will catch it anyway and hang on as Bergeron cruises in after that hard slapper by Soderberg. And we're down to almost a minute left.
This is now where everything is magnified. Face-offs magnified, helping out on the face-offs, making sure you put pucks in the right position to get them out of the zone. Move it quickly, support the puck from underneath. All those things that you talked about, details of the game have to be there.
Sharks haven't had a shot on goal for the last 3 or 4 shifts.
They haven't been able to get the puck out of their zone, and they've turned the puck over on entries. That's why.
They've had little trouble in the face-off circle, too, in this period. Chara, speaking of trouble, in trouble on the puck there.
It's been simply a dump it in and chase it, get after the Sharks on the forecheck for the Boston Bruins.
Matt Irwin now. Brad Stewart. That one hits Pavelski, drops down to Boychuk. Over to Chara. Irwin keeps it alive. Back over to this side. Kennedy accelerating to it. Boychuk had a half step on him. Marleau in to try and break it up. And it's cleared back, rolling to the net. Niemi will set it up there for Matt Irwin. Sharks on a line change. Irwin buying some time. Now he flips a pass up for Joe Thornton. It'll bounce to Joe's stick. He'll turn off the board. Back for Braun. Didn't quite have the angle for the one-timer. 15 to go in the third period. Bruins will get it out. Krejci for Lucic. Lucic down the board with Vlasic in the corner. Lucic sends it back. Shot, tip, score. The Boston Bruins will win. There is 0.8 seconds left.
As the Bruins start to cycle out of the corner, you're a little bit concerned. They start to cycle out of the corner. Lucic does a nice job creating some space. Just goes low, high, and it's a quick shot to the net. And Krejci with the great hands. Who do we talk about at the start of the game for the forward position? Lucic and David Krejci. And Krejci deflects it past, terrific hands. You know, like Clint Eastwood said, deserve's got nothing to do with it, but you can't help but think the Sharks deserved a better fate than to come out of this game with no points.
They outshoot Boston 39-17, but David Krejci scores at 19:59 of the third period with 0.8 seconds left on the clock, and the Sharks have lost in regulation for the first time this year. The final score here in Boston, the Bruins 2, the Sharks 1, and Sharks Postgame Live starts now.